sir?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, nothing. How are you?
Yeah, all right.
Oh, nice day, huh?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful day for another episode of The Commute.
Yeah, I will be your driver.
And I will be your passenger. So, today, where to start? Facebook. Good old Facebook.
Good old Facebook. Can't get enough of that.
You know, they kept things going good for a while, and now they're going to mess it all up. They are creating, they've already done it in a few other countries, soon to America in about a few weeks. You will no longer be able to use the app on your phone to send private messages to people. Yeah. You're going to have to download another app of theirs in order to do that. That's just kind of
like just a messenger app.
Yeah, it'll be the Facebook Messenger app.
Oh,
but that kind of, I don't know, defeats the purpose of having an app. An app is supposed to, you know, keep everything
in one
easy,
place, make
simple.
It yeah,
and they're just going against that. I just think it's like a step backwards.
I don't know. I mean, as far as messengers go, I mean, I use that one, but I use it through another program anyway, so it really doesn't change anything. I use Trillion.
Oh, okay.
And that combines all your messenger profiles into the same thing.
Well, they're kind of hoping that, I mean, the reason they're doing it is because they are getting competition from other apps. You know, people, instant messaging. And I think it's their way of reintroducing people to them.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to see this and everyone's going to start downloading it. And, you know, everyone always has to download the newest thing.
Well, especially if it has Facebook plastered on the front of it.
Exactly. So... And they said it'll also be much faster. I mean, I don't know how slow it is now, but they're saying it'll be much faster going forward because of that, by separating the two out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great now.
I mean, how long does it take? Let's say I send you an instant message on Facebook. How long does it take?
A little less than instant. I mean, it's pretty
you know?
fast. You know, it's not... But yeah, I mean, it is slower than other, you know, apps like that. It's not 2 lane, you cock smoker.
Look at this.
They fucking did it yesterday, too.
So tomorrow we stop at the light a little over.
Yeah, apparently. You know, I gotta go illegal to fuck these guys.
Worth every ticket.
Yeah.
So yes, that's Facebook's wonderful news. Although, that's fucking bitch.
Fucking Christ.
I saw a crazy thing earlier. You know, the other day you were saying you saw a guy just texting on his bike.
On the bike, yeah.
Driving down. Right where you picked me up at, these kids were flying down the center of the street on their skateboards. Flying down, and the one kid's like messing with his iPod, you know, getting his tunes right. But he's, that's a steep ass hill, man.
I don't know. Guess if you're carefree and you know,
young.
Yeah. 18 or less.
Careful when I
you're
walk
fine.
anymore.
Right.
You know? So how you feeling from the yoga yesterday?
All right. My stomach muscles hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm good besides that.
My stomach muscles hurt a little bit. I got to work, sat down, started working. And my shoulders started like just aching.
Yeah.
And they were getting worse. It's a good ache, you know. And then a little later, I don't know how this happened, but my ass cheeks started to ache.
It was all that tailbone tucking.
Tailbone tucking. Yeah, it was. But no, it feels good. I definitely want to go back.
Yeah.
Just
it was fun.
A little simpler.
Yeah, I'll go for the beginner one. I can't do the advanced one again. That was a killer.
So, a man by the name of James Butler, 53-year-old man, jury ordered him to pay a coworker of his $5,001. I don't know how they got to 5,001. I don't know if it's some legal thing, you know. Above 5,000 is considered this or whatever.
Right.
But it was because he admitted to putting something in this guy's coffee. He said, you know, he was stressed out. And he told the guy drank a coffee. He said, I put something in your coffee, just to let you know, fuck you, whatever.
Uh-huh.
So the guy's coffee tested, and they find urine and fecal matter in the coffee. So he's managed to scrounge some of that up, put it in the guy's coffee. He said he was just very stressed out at work and at home at the time.
Uh-huh.
So he went ahead and did that to this guy. They fired him, of course. He was at this job for 17 years. Fucks it up all because of that. The guy was suing him for $700,000,
Mm-hmm.
and they gave him $5,000. I think he should have got more than $5,000 for that.
I don't know. I mean,
For drinking your shit.
Yeah. Well, did he drink it? I mean,
He drank it, and then he told him.
Oh, and then he told him. Well, at least
But he didn't tell him what it was. He just said, just so you know, I put something in your coffee. So
at least
he's
he did it in
freaking
the
out.
right order.
That's why I try not to leave anything around my desk.
Oh, for
Not that I
anybody
think
to do
anyone
to
would put shit in my stuff at work, but I don't think this guy was expecting it that day either.
Yeah.
Yeah, my phone definitely comes with me everywhere I go.
Oh, yeah. Well, I put like the stupid lock thing on there, so it...
Yeah. I don't do that. I should do that, but I don't. I'm just too lazy. It's an extra step.
Yeah, don't acknowledge me, it's fine. I'm just standing here.
Yeah, just cross the street.
I've only got, your life in my entire grasp, you dumb fuck.
We're not going to run over you yet because we don't have the front-facing camera.
Yeah.
But when we do...
There will be evidence.
Oh, when we do. So this day in history, April 10th, 1953. First color 3D film opens.
Mm-hmm.
The House of Wax. Vince, really? That was 3D?
Yeah.
Huh.
That was the first color 3D.
That's cool. Great movie.
Never seen it.
No? Oh,
no, not the...
movie.
They redid it or something, didn't they?
Yeah, they redid it,
I think I saw
guess, I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe longer than that. I remember, what's her name was in it?
Yeah.
The rich girl.
I'm with you.
Yeah. She was actually decent in it, though, I have to say.
Paris Hilton?
Yeah, Paris Hilton. I was shocked. I thought she was going to ruin it, but yeah, give her props. 1866, ASPCA founded. American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in New York City by philanthropist Henry Berg.
I thought that was early for that. I mean, that's 1800s.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like 1960s,
Right,
something like that happens. Who gave a shit about their animals back then?
That guy. He saw, on a trip back from London, he saw like horses for, the whatever was taking him there, the carriage or whatever it was. How the guy was like whipping the crap out of him, like mistreating the horses, and he felt real bad about it. And there was a London or a British Society for the protection of animals, and he took that and founded a charter here, and that's when it took effect.
I mean, they didn't even have dog food then. People had pets.
Yeah, there's no processed dog food.
They ate the leftover foods if there was any, and if they felt like giving it to them.
Yeah.
And they generally did because food would go bad if you didn't finish it. So they would give it to the dogs. But
a dog will eat anything too. I mean.
Oh, sure. But no one thought like, hey, let's make sure dogs are eating right. Although I don't know if they were too concerned about people eating right then either.
Yeah.
You're lucky to eat, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's bug infested. We're eating this cheese.
Right was probably just at least 2 square meals a day.
Yeah. Breakfast, dinner.
Some Indian food. That looks good.
This ain't getting Indian grill.
I don't know.
That's worth a shot. We'll make a dinner one day.
Yeah. Pause the show and then go. We'll be right
The show
back.
will be 5 minutes shorter. We'll just start it from
the
Indian grill, or we can make it a destination video.
Yeah, we''t pull in. Well, we're going in to eat Indian food. We'll stop, and then we'll come back and review it. And keep going.
A little food review, a little foodie review.
Yeah.
April 10th, 1942. The Bataan Death March. Philippine island of Luzon. 75,000 U.S. and Filipino troops were forced to surrender and march 85 miles in 6 days. With 1 meal of rice for the entire journey?
Yeah.
Wow. So you really had a one race at a time, kind of.
No, I mean, they stopped once, and that was it.
Oh, and that was okay. It wasn't like they said, here's your rice for the trip. Wow.
No. And if you fell behind, they'd bayonet you.
Yeah, I mean, the people, they suffered horrible stuff through that. Dysentery was a huge thing.
And it was some hundreds of U.S. troops that died on the way there, but the Filipino casualties were far outweighed that. I mean, they treated them like hell, man.
There's a good book called The Bataan Death March, and it really goes into detail about the whole thing. And it's just a horrific book. Good book, but just stuff they had to go through.
You can't let that stuff. You can't let that stuff go. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, it's gotta be in your history of your learning. To know what the world's like. Don't fool yourself about what people can be.
Exactly, and know that there's a right wrong and a very wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And let you know your life isn't all that bad. No matter what you think, there's other people. Well,
that and how different other cultures view war and prisoners and that that whole ideal. I mean, that entire scenario was built up for 1,000 years in the making.
Yeah.
It's the way Japanese culture was, and how they felt about prisoners.
It's recognized every year as a national holiday, with groups rewalking the route. Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
85-mile walk.
I guess they do like parts of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it just can't be good for you. Although they do what's the one thing? They do like a 60-mile breast cancer walk every year.
Oh, do they?
They do like 20 miles a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so they do like a marathon a day or something.
Yeah. But like one person will do all 3 days.
Yeah.
It's pretty grueling. And that's on pavement with really good sneakers. These people, they didn't have that. And you can bring all the energy bars and drinks that you want. They have water along the way.
Yeah.
Still, I couldn't do that.
Dude, I was watching this thing. It's a whole series. It was on BBC. But Eddie Izzard, comedian.
Yeah.
Well, he did this. I forget how many marathons it was, but it was just an endless string of marathons for he was doing it for 3 weeks, like a marathon a day for 3 weeks. And he ran to his hometown from London and all around the country and back. And
Eddie Izzard did this?
Yeah. And in the shape he wasn't.
Yeah, because I mean,
no shape.
He wasn't in any shape at all.
No. He started.
Now he's in decent shape.
Yeah. Well, that's why.
That's why. I imagine you do that, you're going to be banging.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, it's pretty cool if you ever look it up. Watch it. It's pretty interesting, him going through the whole thing, because he's funny as hell, man. I love that
he's
guy.
a riot. He's so funny.
Great on Hannibal too.
Yeah. I'm still an episode behind.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a shame. Of all the knowledge.
Let's see. NASA is dealing with ethics right now.
Ethics? How?
About the Mars trip they're, preparing for. They have a list of ethics they have to go through in order to send someone up into space. And one of them is that they're only allowed to be exposed to so much radiation.
Right.
And when they go to the International Space Station, they're only allowed to spend 6 months there.
Right.
Because then they're exposed to enough radiation that gives them 3% higher cancer risk. And that's when they max out, 3% higher risk. They also have things such as, and they do these to make it, I guess, fair for everyone to be able to compete to go up into space. Which is for such an important thing, it'd be like, hey, sorry, if someone's more suited to deal with it, then they get to go. We need people up there. But the problem is the radiation is too high in Mars.
Yeah, I mean, lack of a proper atmosphere really is the problem.
So they're saying, NASA doesn't know if they either have to change the rules on it for something like this, make a special exception, or they're not going to be part of sending people to Mars.
Well, not only that, but there's also, I mean, the radiation that they're going to pick up going there in space. I mean, there's I haven't seen anything more on it, but there's the Van Allen radiation field or something. It's a certain distance away from the Earth where it's, well, it doesn't protect us, but it's a high, radiation area, and passing through it is deadly.
Right, yeah, it doesn't reach us. Where it's at?
Well, it's between us and I think Mars.
Oh.
So they have to pass through that. So I don't know how they plan to shield the ship from that. I mean, I don't know.
There's a shield, and then when you get to Mars, what?
Well, it depends. I mean, if you're using,
if it's,
well, what I'm thinking is, I mean, the way they've got to build these ships is parts of them have to be usable for the colony that they build there.
Right.
So whatever your lander is can be built out of the same shielding. So,
true.
I mean, whatever exposure you get is going to be when you're outside of, that building.
Right, and as long as you don't spend too much time out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
There's a constant. You'll always be, every time you step outside.
Right.
You'll be exposed to it, I'm sure, after a certain amount of time. So they said they have to figure out if the value is worth the risk. Is what we're going to learn and get from this worth the risk of letting a few people die, or chance that they would die?
Yeah, because, I mean, honestly, sending up at max 40 people, I mean, that's not enough.
If they're willing to volunteer.
But ultimately, that's not enough for a sustainable colony.
Oh, no.
I mean, it can't self-sustain.
But also, if these people know, regardless, it's a one-way ticket, then what do you care?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want them to suffer like that, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of suffering going on up there.
In one form or another. I mean, it's not going to be
and I'm sure they're going to have doctors that go up there, but what if they're the first ones to go?
Yeah.
Now, you have some horrible thing, and they can't operate, fix you.
Yeah, it's got to be all considered. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you... It's a whole new frontier of, ethics and study. I mean, what are you willing to put people through? What are you willing to see them go through on camera and not be able to help them?
Yeah.
Or what are they willing to put themselves through that you wouldn't?
I think it's more of that. What are they willing to put themselves through?
Right.
Again, if it's a one-way ticket, hey, it's up to you, man. What are you willing to do? And it's not just cancer. There's vision impairment that comes along with it.
Sure.
And if you're that long, I'm sure vision loss, cancer, bone loss.
Giant holes in your head, basically. I mean, the radiation's going right through your eyes.
Yeah. And then eventually to the brain. And I thought 3% better chance of getting cancer was kind of low for something like that. I mean, I would say let it go up to 10%.
Well, it's 3% on top of whatever your average percent is.
Whatever your average is, but another 10% overall.
No, it depends. I mean, that's... And the types of cancer. I mean, if it's types of cancer that's going to shorten your lifespan significantly, or that would be inoperable,
but
talking about.
Most of these people are prepared to die anyway. I mean... Yeah, they have to be prepared to die. So many missions go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
People have so many problems when they come back. And some people are lucky and, have nothing. They come back and live a long life. But you have to know there's a chance. Every time you step into that shuttle, you're not coming back.
I think that by the time this comes around, and granted, this is putting a lot of faith in technology, that they'll have, some type of crazy radiation-proof sunscreen.
Well, yeah.
Something with the way monofilament, molecules and stuff are going, like with graphene and things that are 1 micron thick. I mean, they're talking about making coating for your teeth that they put on when you're a kid, you know, after you've got your adult teeth in,
Right.
where it basically simulates another layer of your enamel, because your enamel doesn't ever grow back. So once it's gone, it's gone. But yeah, go for it, you fucking cock smoker. And so, you know, you figure if they can make it like an enamel type thing, maybe it would just be an additive to put, you know, some kind of coating on that you could put like a coating on your skin and make it more reflexive than something else. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, because when is it scheduled? 15 years from now?
Yeah, to start.
15 years to, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 2025.
Come up with something.
Yeah, how about this guy, huh?
Yeah,
just
where were you then?
Sick the fucking dog on his face.
This guy's not going so fast now. What happened to your heavy foot?
Yeah. You were all about the fucking dodging and weaving.
To cut that cop off. Looks like the cop's gonna cut him off. But to test it, they are doing a next year, 2015. They have a 1-year trip scheduled to the International Space Station.
Oh, to see how much they pick up?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be an American and a Russian.
Right.
And they're both going up there. And they will spend a year there.
Yeah.
That'd be so wild, man. Spending a year in space.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's not like... I don't know. It's not like the Space Odyssey, like spaceship up there.
Dining and
fucking sucks.
Doing stuff.
Like you're in like a cardboard box for like a fucking year, man.
You know, but you make the best of it. You know, as long as they get along.
Yeah, it's an adventure, I guess.
You know, they're taking a lot of data most of the time and just taking care of the.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're always busy. Mm-hmm. You know, you got a job to do.
I just think it'd be neat.
Go ahead, fucking everyone in the world. Just, I'm an open fucking door for you.
Black plater.
Yeah, that's what it is. He earned his place.
Yeah.
He's got his black license plate.
You better recognize.
What was I thinking? I needed to bow down.
It's like, hey, what do you think you're... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your black license plate. You win. Man, he even shoved this car off the road. The first guy that cut us off.
Yeah.
Go ahead, pass the cop. Fly by the cop.
It's amazing how quickly that tough guy attitude goes right away.
Deterrent. Huh? Douchebag deterrent.
You see that state trooper sticker in the back window, and it just sucks all the black license plate wind out of your sails. Yeah, if anybody doesn't know, there's black license plates in Delaware that supposedly are worth some kind of money and are some kind of status symbol thing. And I find 9 times out of 10 that those people are going to cut me off and, do illegal things in traffic, and I never see them pulled over by the cops.
Exactly. It's
my own personal generalization.
It's a get out of jail free plate, apparently.
It was the horrors of my commute before we started filming it, and it will continue.
So we'll stick in space.
Yeah.
They've created something called Star Shade. And what it is, it's a huge sunflower-shaped spacecraft. And what it does is it goes up into space, then it deploys to full size. This big canopy comes out of it.
Like a solar sail?
Right, and it looks like a sunflower. Mm-hmm. And the purpose of it is to block light from distant stars so that a space-based telescope can search for exoplanets, to search for other planets that are Earth-like.
Uh-huh.
What we normally have to do is, because that light will interfere and make it harder for these telescopes to see, just, light pollution, mm-hmm. essentially. We're trying to look so far away. We wait for other planets to get in the way of the light, and then we have a certain time frame to look, in a certain direction and study it. Well, now by putting this up there, and it is, you can go to one area, block it, folds back up, goes to another area, opens up, and this space-based telescope is always in the same place. The telescope isn't on it, and wherever they want to look at, this shield goes over, blocks the starlight, and they can take their time. They get a better look. They can get direct images of other worlds. Again, looking for Earth twins. And that makes it easier. The goal is it makes it easier to search for life. Because not only do they have to normally find these planets, but then they want to look deeper into it, and they just don't have the time for it. It is a $1 billion project, but it will allow them to look, and they're looking for planets that revolve around stars, like Earth.
Yeah, because right now they see like it was coming up like a wobble in like looking at a particular star, like it would. It would seem like it would, kind of oscillate a little bit, and that's how they could tell there was a planet rotating around it.
Oh, cool. That's pretty neat. And this will give them the ability to look at 55 stars in 3 years. With a smaller telescope. And they are going to have this up and running in 2017.
Oh man, that's exciting.
So 3 years from now.
That'll be cool. Imagine the fucking images we're going to see from that thing, dude.
Well, we might get good images, but the scientists that are creating this, right off the bat, said we will get to be able to look at better things. However, and we're spending $1 billion on this, we have no hope we're going to find anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a give and take thing. I mean, yeah, you can block some of the starlight, but you're looking so far away.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be something interfering with it,
Yeah.
Because even if you block it, directly from the sides, right around the telescope, you're not blocking it,
Other stars all that way going. But they're saying they just don't think they're going to find other life out there.
No, not life. I don't think they're going to find life.
You just never know.
Oh, I don't know how you would determine that, though. I mean, that's...
Well, they look for water on a planet, and they also look for the water to have movement. One of the... I was just reading, I forget which planet it was. One of their moons has water on it. Saturn, okay. And it just always looks like glass. It never moves. Well, recently, they've been catching a lot of waves coming off of the water. And they can tell that because light starts reflecting. Kind of looking at the ocean at night or water at nighttime. Right. And it puts off light. Every now and then they said they would see like one little blip of light, and it doesn't really mean anything, but they're getting waves off of this water. So they say there's a good chance of life. Not that there's life making those waves, as much as gravitational pull.
Yeah, it's just cool that there's water there.
And, right, and that the water's movement. I mean, you have a much better chance of life if the water's moving.
Right.
So that's what they look for. And I guess if they found that on one of these planets, then they would have to send some kind of, drone out there to take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's already a mission in the works.
Oh, sure. You got to be prepared for it.
They've been looking at that for years. That's, I can't think of the name of the moon now. Anyway.
Io?
No. It's something with an E, I think. But it's got a real thick layer of ice on the outside, and they think the sea is underneath, like beneath that.
It's like so far deep.
So it's kind of cool, like the probes and stuff that they were talking about sending. Like they're, it's going to be like a drill. It'll drill down through the surface, and then it's a submersible.
Oh, when the whole thing goes under.
Yeah, the whole pod goes down, drills down through, and then releases this submersible down into the ocean.
Oh, wow. You talk about some cool images.
That'd be crazy.
Oh, wow.
That's so far out.
I mean, has it launched already?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because even when it launches, you're going to have so many years.
Yeah, it was just like a computer model or something of what they want to do.
Far away from that.
Nah, it's not. It's not anything. I'm surprised that Mars rover is still working. The one.
Yeah, me too. I was quite shocked at that, actually.
It was a crazy mission to begin with. I mean, sending those things up, they weren't. They were only supposed to last for 6 months or something. And they had to park them at on a hill at a certain angle to angle the solar panels so they got so they could last through the winter months there.
Because the first one they sent up there didn't it like topple over or something? It just like
it got stuck or something, and then they got it out. Like it lost a wheel or something, and it kept going. And then that one they parked it to do the winter thing, but they think there was a dust storm, and it got too much dust on the solar panels, so it never came back online. But the other one
this one's been going for a while, man.
Yeah.
It's been sending some really cool pictures back.
Yeah, it's cool. It's awesome.
And
it really hasn't gone like that far.
No.
Overall, but like it's light years, compared to.
Well, there was some controversy with that last week, where it was taking pictures of these valleys, and right off over the horizon, there were these light flares.
Yeah.
Up.
I didn't read that article, but
they
I saw
said what it ended up being was they did look at it closer. It was just they said it was either solar interference, or it could possibly just be so many pixels weren't working, in the camera, because what it does is it has two cameras looking at the same image, to make one image.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the one camera was picking up the flares, but the other camera wasn't.
Yeah, so it combined
has something to do with either light or pixels. But people are swearing, it's aliens.
Yeah, they're sending rockets.
They're coming.
Well, good. Then we don't have to go there, and it's the whole thing.
So even though Delaware has black platers, there are good reasons to live in every state. And I was reading an article, and it said they were giving you the number one reason to be proud of whatever state it was you lived in. Okay. And they're pretty cool stuff. Like, let's see, Alabama had the first astronaut. That's something to be proud of. Florida created air conditioning. Hey,
out of necessity.
Something we use, it's definitely good. Delaware, the number one reason to be proud to live in our great state of Delaware was we have created the tallest Lego tower in history.
Hey, those kids did it, right?
In Red Clay Consolidated School District. They used 500,000 Lego blocks to make a 113-foot Lego tower. Really? I mean, you got people sending astronauts.
Air conditioning.
Fixing shit. We did, however, have it better than Louisiana, because their number one reason to be proud was they said they expect them in the future to be the number one producer of movies in the film industry.
Oh, like
not
filming
California.
going on there?
Yeah, a lot of filming going on there, and it's quickly skyrocketing to where it'll be the number one. The reason we still got it better, their number one thing to be proud of might happen in the future. It hasn't happened yet. Right. They still don't have a reason to be proud. At least we'll always have the Lego Tower. Now, they did that in 2013.
Beats that, yeah.
Nevada created jeans.
Blue jeans,
I wear jeans a lot. I'm sure it was blue jeans. It was Levi Strauss. But can't beat our Lego Tower.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Serves no purpose in the world.
Can't we be proud of, like, maybe...
We'll be in the first state to sign,
Yeah, that'd be something, or... Does it...
It even says it on the plates.
And DuPont had that white pigment that the Chinese tried to steal, right?
Yeah, Or how about just DuPont?
Can we be proud of white pigment?
Look at all the good DuPont's done.
Well, except for the tank guy.
Well, I mean, they were crazy. The tank guy and the incest, maybe not so much to be proud of.
But besides that,
you ever see that wall they have with the glass shards sticking out of it?
Yeah, around the
mansion.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's a mansion anymore. Isn't that the
hospital?
Yeah, it's like the mentally insane hospital or something.
Well, it became that because it was a mansion, and they had a lot of incest going on in that family. They, for whatever reason, and to the point where they would have children.
Well, I didn't think that was that house. There was like another house where, like, if they had like a mutant baby, like that's where it went to the other house.
They would send them there, exactly.
Okay.
And they had this big, the big stone wall over it, but the mutant kids would escape, So then they cemented in the shards of glass sticking up from it to stop the mutant babies from getting out of the ground.
Yeah.
Sharp.
That's I don't know. I mean, incest in like today's society is like frowned upon, but I forget what the odds and stuff are of it actually being like,
well, I'm sure in areas
a gene problem. Like it's not as big a problem like
as they make it out to be.
Right, like the people like marrying their first cousins or whatever. Like that's actually not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I think they say you only have like a 2% chance.
Right, it
affecting.
But I mean, societally, like I'm gonna vomit at that, but you know, as a species, if it had to happen, it could. You know?
Like I said, if you weren't in a highly populated area, I'm sure.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Right.
You know, take West Virginia for instance.
And it wasn't always seen as a bad thing. I mean, that was how, you know, people kept their
marry off each other.
Yeah.
You know, to relatives.
All that, and like, you know, the kings and queens of Europe. I mean, they're all
they would kill each other to be the ones to marry in the family.
Well, they were all related anyway.
Yeah.
Because like the royal family now, I think they were German.
Okay.
Originally.
Interesting. So Colorado, they have had legal marijuana for 3 months now.
Okay.
And when it was getting ready to become legal, law enforcement said, hey, fine, you want it that way? Be prepared for harmful consequences to the entire state.
Did they say that? Is that a quote?
It's a quote. Harmful consequences was a quote. They said crime was going to go up, all kinds of crime. It was just going to tear the state apart. And they said, you know, we'll put up with so much, but, you know, beware. So after 3 months of having legal marijuana, property crime has gone down 14.6%. Violent crime is down 2.4%. So overall, not only were they wrong about it getting worse, it's gotten better.
Well, I mean,
you know, they said it's such a small window.
Yeah.
We're talking 3 months.
And correlation, causation. Right. I mean, that's.
But think about it. I mean, by legalizing it alone, crime is going to go down because
you're not arresting people for those petty crimes.
Right, and then people aren't killing each other over it. You know, it's everywhere. You can get it wherever you want.
Yeah.
So that alone, and they're also comparing the last 3 months to the same 3 month period last year.
I mean, there's got to be a consideration for how far away from the border, you know, do violent crimes become for that type of drug. I mean, that I could see for like heroin or, you know, some other highly addictive, very dangerous drug that's not like just grown and you know, you dry it like tobacco leaves or whatever. But you know, that far away from the border, I could see it being a violent thing in the smuggling part. But you know, is actually the commerce of it, is that really that violent? I don't know. I mean,
well, sure. I guess, you know, how many people do you think go to buy weed and beat up or kill the person they're buying it off of to take it all?
Right. Don't have the money or whatever.
Right. And you're not going to.
You can go right up my tailpipe, you fucking scumbag. You know, I don't give a shit.
That's right.
Got no respect for anybody around you.
There's a speed limit to obey.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They should just legalize that. It seems like such a watered down thing by now. You know, how is that even?
Well, they said there's 12 states that are probably that are very close to legalizing it and talking about it.
Sure.
The next states that they expect to go legal with it, Alaska is the number one.
Yeah, probably Maryland.
No.
No.
No. No, I'm sorry. They were on the list as being one of the 12 closest. However, they're on there because they recently legalized it for medical purposes.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking.
Even though they did that, they're not really close to legalizing it.
Oh, okay.
To have, you know, these stores where everyone can just go ahead and buy it.
Yeah.
But because they legalized it one way, it makes them closer to legalizing it, a little further. After Alaska was Hawaii, which just makes sense. I mean, from what I've heard, that's just like a pot haven.
Oh, is it?
They said some of the best stuff gets grown in Hawaii. Cops already don't really give a shit about it.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, they're too busy having sex with the prostitutes legally.
Right.
You know, I imagine they're gonna start busting chops. You tell them not to have sex with prostitutes.
Play squad is busy.
Let's see. Guess another state. Another state's got to be a gimme.
Another state that's got to be a gimme. Well, California.
There you go. California. Yeah. Alaska, Hawaii, and California are all very close. Even though they think Alaska's going to be next, they said it could be any three of those. They're just like right on the border of. Close behind them is Maine, which kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
You don't think of.
It's all these border places, like, you know.
Other than Colorado, Washington State, they legalized it. They not so much legalized it. In Washington, D.C., they decriminalized it.
Right, yeah, I saw that.
You're allowed to have something like half an ounce or a quarter of an ounce on you. You can, and I think all you get is a $25 ticket or something like that.
It's some minor ticket thing. Yeah.
Delaware was on the list.
Yeah, because didn't they put that thing down, the dispensary thing or something down in Dover?
That sells weed?
Yeah. It's a medical dispensary right now. It's like a centralized location where you have to go. I'm pretty sure they
Is it for medical purposes? Like you have to have a medical
you have
card?
to have a whatever,
Right, and they did say that Delaware legalized it, medically. However, they think they're going to have a hard time fully legalizing it because Delaware has no citizen ballot initiatives.
Yeah.
So we can't just go, have a ballot and say, okay, people vote.
Referendum votes or whatever they are.
Right, so they said it would have to come strictly from your lawmakers.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a hard-pressed time of that.
Yeah.
In the future, probably not. But the only way they're going to do it, and this is probably why most states are going to do it, because you see the money coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $15 million a month.
Yeah.
Coming into the state.
Yeah, that's why they put all these casinos in and everything else.
And that spreads.
Yeah.
I mean, Jersey made it, and then Delaware, and then Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It just starts to spread out. Once your neighbor's starting to do much better than you.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta try to keep your citizens where they are.
That's why it blows my mind the taxes are so high in Jersey. Because not only do they have a ton of casinos, a ton of large casinos, they also have the beach. Mm-hmm. And it's not a big state.
Yeah.
To have both of those things, it's just two things that people can't get enough of, gambling and the beach. And you're still charging everybody, $7 to $10 grand a year in taxes.
Well, it's true, but I mean, the beach thing, it's all seasonal. I mean,
all seasonal, but it brings in so much money to them. That's why when they got torn down by the hurricane, they were quick to build that shit right back up.
Yeah.
We will be ready by the opening, and damn it, they were.
I don't know what that does to like a community.
I mean, I don't know how much money that does bring in.
Yeah, I mean,
but you got to pay to walk on the goddamn sand there.
Where?
At Jersey. Like if you're on the boardwalk and you want to go in the sand, you have to pay.
What are you talking about?
You pay to walk on the beach. There's like gates.
You pay?
There's gates, and you have like
you pay money.
Either tokens. Oh yeah.
I never paid to get on any beach there.
Yeah, there was one beach that was free. One of the beaches was free to walk on up till a couple of years ago, but now I believe you have to pay for every beach there.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking? What? Like Atlantic City, you can't walk off the boardwalk and get on the fucking beach?
Atlantic City, I'm not sure about, but like what's
Cape May and
what's the other one that everyone always runs to?
I don't know. There's what you call it? Not Ocean City, but
I can't think of it right now. But I used to date a girl in Jersey, and
Wildwood.
Wildwood.
Yeah.
And we would go there, but we would go off season, when no one was there, and we would hop the fence to go on to the beach because they don't give a shit that time of year. They're not, patrolling it so much.
Right.
But yeah, we'll have to see if it's still every beach or not.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
But I know you had to pay to get on the beach.
Anytime I've ever gone out, it's not like I go there that often, but...
Yeah. So, I mean, that alone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the reason taxes are so high, too, is because everyone that works in New York, it's so expensive to live there.
Mm-hmm.
And they make a lot of money because of that in New York. Pay scales are higher.
Yeah.
They just cross the bridge and live in Jersey. People say, "Oh, you're making that New York money."
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing. They have the bridges.
Yeah.
At,
$15.
$15 a pop.
Yeah, I went up there last week, and it was $47 to go up and back to
and
out
that's
to
just
Long
if you
Island.
have to drive for anything. Imagine if you have to visit family or get through it. But then, come on, man. In the summertime, the traffic that goes there for the beaches.
Yeah.
$15 a car.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. And that's like a roach trap, man. They let you in for free.
Right.
You want to get out? Pay the price. Pay the piper.
That's that's how Jersey is. I mean, coming out of Jersey, you're paying.
That's what I mean, Jersey.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches. So the Simpsons.
Yeah, I saw this online. There's some new channel coming out, FXX. The same people that own FX. And it's another of these side channels like El Rey or something like that. But they're going to do a thing in August where they're going to show every episode of The Simpsons in a marathon back to back.
Wow.
And it's what, 12 days.
552 episodes. Holy shit.
Non-stop.
Oh, my kid's going to go nuts.
Yep, mine too.
Wow.
The All Simpsons Network for 12 days.
FXX is a pretty decent channel.
Oh, is it open now?
It is open.
Okay, they were saying it was supposed to open beginning of the year. So.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a couple months old. But the dicks about it, I don't like when they do this. What they did was they took the couple shows that they had that were like really cool, people are into.
Uh-huh.
The new seasons are on FXX, not FX.
Oh.
So they're kind of forcing people to watch that channel. FX is, pretty sturdy right now, they've been around long enough.
Yeah.
Like, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Right.
Big show. Everybody loves it. New season, FXX. No, what sucks is you're forcing people to watch the channel, but not everybody has it.
Yeah.
It takes a while for these channels to get going.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have half of that stuff until we just redid the cable plan we were on.
Legit, the show Legit that we watched, they did the same thing with that.
Yeah. Huh.
So, you can piss people off by doing that.
Oh, yeah, well.
But this is cool. I mean, they already own The Simpsons.
Yeah.
They can do whatever the hell they want with it. It's just reruns. So if you don't catch it, you don't catch it.
And there's a record for like the longest TV viewing, and it's held by these two people out in California, and they watched it for, it was like 86 and 3/4 hours or something. 86 hours of television.
Straight? Was it had to be a certain show, or you just had to be in front
It was the Simpsons marathon.
Oh, the Simpsons. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
They did this marathon before on some other channel. They watched it for 86 and 3/4 hours.
How do you stay up that long?
I don't know. I don't know.
There had to be drugs involved.
How do you watch the goddamn Simpsons for that long?
Yeah, I love the Simpsons.
I love
After a while, we get tired.
Holy crap.
Wow. So that's cool. So August.
Yeah.
I know what channel will be on in August in my house. Kickstarter has a game.
Yeah, I saw this today.
Vectropolis?
Yeah, Vectropolis. Remember that arcade game for like X-Wing that was in the arcade? It was all that. There's ray traced graphics where you shot like
I love that
like
game.
Snowflakes. You're
Anytime I
like
see that game, man, the quarters go in,
Well, the guy that translated it to Commodore 64 and Amiga back in the day, the original programmer for that, he got together with people he's known in the industry for years, and they're coming up with this new game, and it looks badass. It's all those ray traced graphics.
It's the same thing,
but it's like it looks new. Like it looks like you're playing Tron.
Oh wow.
It's awesome. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the game's gonna be like or anything. But
now, see, that is something where if you could hook that up to the Oculus,
Yeah, they already have that. That's what they were talking.
Oh, yeah, see? Now I'm in.
Yeah.
Now I'm in.
Yep, they were talking. They've already got that in the works. But yeah, so that's a Kickstarter.
See, that I could do for 86 3/4 hours. I could definitely do that for a long time.
Depends on the game. I don't know. Yeah, there's
you make it Tron, like I'm all about it.
There's a Steam game coming out soon too. Look at this fucking ass.
Whoa! Hey, Dewey Pile.
Good job. Where's your "How's my driving" sticker? Shoved up your asshole. Yeah, so that looked cool. And then Steam's got a weekend sale. It's got this game on there called Dragon Commander, and it's like 60% off or whatever it is. But this game's kind of cool, where like it's like a real-time strategy, but it's mixed with like it's almost like a first-person shooter or something. So you've got like these units and stuff that one person can move around like on this big map, while other people are playing like the units that they're moving around.
Oh wow!
So it's kind of cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So
and
you can play like a game master.
Yeah, like it's people can play just that overall like real-time strategy game, like adding units and attacking, from outside on this big world map thing. But then there's people actually playing the units on the ground.
So you're kind of relying on them.
Yeah, like you kind of give them orders because you can see the whole situation.
Okay.
And it's up to them whether or not they're gonna follow your thing or not. And I don't know, it looks pretty cool. Like, and you can play a co-op. Like I don't know how many people can do co-op, but you can play like either against a computer or online, like multiplayer.
Nice. I gotta make time for more games.
Yeah, there's so much good stuff, man.
I just don't have the time.
No, it's just too many other things. I mean, there's shows, life in general, movies. Get to it. What is with today?
Wow, today is.
It gets nice out.
Oh, you know what? That's exactly what it is.
And
ding, you win.
Fuckers come out of the woodwork.
You win. All we need now is the motorcycles to come out.
They're weaving in
and out of the weaver inner outers. Oh, this guy can't make up his mind. There you go. Get back over now. Get behind the novice driver. The big yellow novice driver sticker.
At least you found your turn signal.
Fucking douchebag. And now we're ahead of you.
Yeah. Look who won the Smyrna race.
We made it to Smyrna first. Scientists have been able to take a 2.5 ounce electrical box. It's like a little, about the size of playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a spinal implant. And by hooking that up, they were able to help 4 men who were paralyzed from the chest down regain movement.
Yeah, it's only for like a limited amount of time right now, but like they get like they can move their toes, move their legs. Some can like stand up and stuff.
One guy was even able to walk.
Yeah.
He was in 2006. He became paralyzed. He was a really good college baseball player. He was involved in a hit and run. In actually 2009, he got the implant. He was the first one. 3 days later, he was able to stand up on his own.
Wow.
And a year later is when he took his first step.
Man.
So that's really, really cool. They said right now they think it's only going to be able to help people who were able to walk.
Right.
And then lost the ability due to an accident, any kind of spinal cord injury.
Yeah. And like a certain type of injury too.
Right.
It's not everybody.
But still, I mean, shit. And they just showed a picture of this guy on the table, like wiggling his toes, and just a smile on his face, man. Just the it was such a good thing.
Can't
it was like,
imagine.
Just like good for him, It's just that's gotta be such a good feeling. Like wow.
Yeah.
But they said it sends an electrical current at varying frequencies to stimulate dense bundles of neurons. So they know where to hit, when to hit it.
Right.
And it gives them the ability to control it on their own again. So, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This was a good science day. Cool science stuff coming out of it.
I'm digging it.
And I figure, if we can build 113-foot tower out of Legos. You can't stop it now. Science
What
is
about
on
like
display.
Gore-Tex fiber? Wasn't that created here?
Yeah, right down by the University of Delaware there.
Yeah.
Gore. Yeah, what about that? Pick the fucking Lego tower?
I mean, yeah, props to the kids and all, but
Yeah, I'm happy for them. Great. You know? But still, it's...
I don't think I'm as proud of the Lego tower as
And
I
you know
am
what?
of-
They had a picture of this fucking tower.
Mhm.
They had cables like coming off it to keep it steady.
Oh, so it wasn't
It's not freestanding. Yeah, shit. I can throw Lego blocks down the chimney and say, hey, look, I built a tower. And they're all on top of each other. Sorry, kid. I'm proud of you.
That's great, though.
Way to go. So, that will do it for another episode of The Commute.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you check out our Facebook page and like it, The Commute. Follow us on Twitter @DriverPassenger. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Commute Podcast. Check out our website, tocommute.com, TWOcommute.com, and shoot us an email for whatever you want to say or recommend to thecommutepodcast@comcast.net.
Yeah.
Have a good one.